Hey guys, this is the Layer Detective, and today I'll be showing you stuff that you can do with my deck. So, this is my new Magician deck, my Odd Eyes Magician deck, and I'm going to be showing you a first-hand situation. And by first-hand, I mean two things. First, like first-hand, like the cards that you draw, and second, by first-hand, I mean something that would happen to me, because I use these cards a lot. Just to note, I do have a new disease monster called Abyss Dweller. I went to a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament today, and there was a deck, and I was fighting up against the Cosmo deck, and we were dueling for 40 minutes, but then the time came, and if we had just gotten 3 more turns, I actually would have drawn both my polymerizations, been able to make 2 Runai's Pendulum Dragons, and then I would have wiped out his life points. But there was like this really annoying guy who just declared the other guy the winner. I'm not gonna say any names because of course I don't know if they have permission to, like, if I have their permission to put them on YouTube, but that's just what happened. I went to a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament, like a locals, but yeah, I would have won. But yeah, and he gave me Abyss Dweller because his deck had a lot of different things that you could activate when your cards are in the graveyard, and Abyss Dweller has an effect. So yeah, he gave it to me, and it's in my deck. But I'm just not going to use it in this, but yeah, I'm just going to shuffle my deck. I know I'm not the best at shuffling, but yeah. The cards are, you can see the cards are all mixed up. So yeah, I'm not like trying to get anything, and let's just shuffle. Alright, so now let's draw our first hand. So I'm going to do 2 different situations. The first one is if we are going first, and the second one is going to be if we are going second. So yeah, let's see which cards we get. So we have Monster Recovery. I know that this wasn't in my video, but I added it in because it's pretty good. Monster Recovery. Of course, we're not going to show this to our opponent, but Monster Recovery, Polymerization, Pendulum Shift, Skullcrobat Joker, and Dragon Pit. So this is what I would do. This is actually a great hand because I can show you the power of this. So yeah, let's get started. So we would start off by playing our Performable Skullcrobat Joker. And his effect lets us search our deck for a Pendulum Magician, Odd Eyes, or Performable card. So, since we have Dragon Pit, we would take Oath Dragon. If we had Dragon Pulse, we would take Dragon Pit. If we had Oath Dragon, we would take Dragon Pit. Whenever you have, because Oath Dragon and Dragon Pit, I feel, are some of the best combination of Pendulum monsters. So you would set the scales with them. I'm just going to stick them over here. So you set the scales with them. Let's just move this deck. Oopsies. Okay. So set the scales with those 2. Of course, this is just part of my mat, but you would do that. And then what you would do is you would play Monster Recovery. So you'd shuffle your Skullcrobat Joker as well with your, so of course this goes to the grave. Polymerization and Pendulum Shift back into your deck. Just gonna shuffle. And since that was 3 cards, so we were gonna play draw 3. There we go. And pretty much the same cards, but now well, we got this. So since we've already normal summoned, we can only Pendulum summon. So we're gonna Pendulum summon our Performable Skullcrobat Joker and play Sky Iris, and then we are going to end our turn. So now it's our opponent's turn. So let's just say that they place a monster face down. Of course, I don't know, but that's just a demonstration of a first turn. Now let's do a few more turns. So let's draw, and we have this Light Force Sword. So maybe we'll want to place this face down. And then we'll just end our turn because there's nothing else we can do. So now it's our opponent's turn. Let's say that they attack Skullcrobat Joker, so he is destroyed. Now we're going to draw, and we draw Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. So now what we're going to do is we're going to Pendulum Summon our Odd Eyes and perform upon Skullcrobat Joker. But we're not done, because this card is the Tyrant Neptune. In his effect, we contribute 1 through any amount of monsters that we want, but of course 1 through 5, because we only have 5 monsters. But you only have to tribute 1 monster, but you contribute more. So I would tribute Odd Eyes and Skullcrobat Joker, and his ATK would be 4,300. So these would go back to the extra deck. Pendulum Summon him. But we can still use Oath Dragon's ability, which is return a Pendulum card from our extra deck to our hand. But we've already Pendulum Summoned, so now what we're going to do, we're going to use Dragon Pit's effect, discard the card that we just took to destroy a spell or trap on the field. So we can destroy one of our opponent's spells or traps, and now we can attack with the Tyrant Neptune. So yeah, that was an amazing example, and maybe next round, maybe we could activate Life Force Sword or something, but, whoopsies. I think that's definitely a great example of first turn, or first 2 turns, I guess, because we get out, within the first turn, we get out our Pendulum Scales, and we get out a monster with a pretty decent attack. And second turn, we get out a monster with amazing attack, and we've just destroyed our opponent's spells and traps. So, of course that is if, but now let's do another demonstration. Just hopefully we'll get some different cards. Okay. Shattered Axe, Wavering Eyes, that's nice, good. Wow, nice hand. Okay, so now I can show you, so since this is first turn, so Performance Stilts Launcher's effect is if there are no monsters on the field, you can special summon it. So we'll special summon Stilts Launcher. Now we'll set our scales with Oath Dragon and Wisdom Eye over here. And Wisdom Eye's effect says that we can destroy Wisdom Eye, so send her to the extra deck, and search for another magician. And of course we're going to take Dragon Pit, because that's who is always good with Oath Dragon. If we have Oath Dragon and we set the Pendulum Scale, we don't want to do that. So now we're going to set the scale with Dragon Pit. We're going to place Wavering Eyes and Shattered Axe face down. Then we're going to Pendulum Summon back our Wisdom Eye Magician. And since we can't attack first turn, we're going to have to end. So our opponent will go, and odds are he'll be able to destroy Wisdom Eye. So we destroy Wisdom Eye. Let's just say that because, just because people attack. So I just want to do, our opponent might not do that, but let's just say that we do that. So then we have Dragon Pulse. So we use Oath Dragon's effect, take it to our hand, and then we'll discard our Wisdom Eye to using Dragon Pit's effect, destroy a spell or trap, Pendulum Summon, Dragon Pulse, Wisdom Eye. Now we can attack. If they only control 1 monster, then we should probably attack them with Stilts Launcher to just destroy if it's powerful. Or if it's not, if it's even less than 1,800 or 1,500, we could attack them with Wisdom Eye or Dragon Pulse. But normally I like to attack with the most powerful monster and then attack with the lower power ones, because the lower power ones will do more damage than that one would. Especially since, well, unless you can destroy their monster, then it would be better. But most of the time I will attack with my most powerful monster and then attack life points directly. Let's say they have a really powerful monster. Let's say, Blue Eyes White Dragon. How about that? Maybe we'd activate our Shattered Axe on them. So during each of my standby phases, it loses 500 ATK. So now our opponent will go, again, maybe summon a monster, destroy Dragon Pulse, and Wisdom Eye possibly. Now it's our turn, so we draw. We draw Mirror Force, that's going to come in handy. now we're going to, since it's our standby phase, it loses 500 ATK. Blue Eyes is at 2500 now. We are going to use Dragon Pit's effect, Oath Dragon, bring it back to the hand, discard Dragon Pit, destroy the spell, bring those back, and maybe we'll Pendulum someone this time in defense position so that we don't lose any life points, and then we'll just end our turn. So now, it's our opponent's turn, and they go, and let's just say that they're destroying Stealth Launcher because he's open for an attack. So destroy Stealth Launcher, and of course 300 damage to us. Now we draw. It's our standby phase. Blue Eyes is at just 2,000 now. So we have Performance Hat Tricker. Since there are 2 or more monsters on the field, we can special summon it. We'll check our traps, and we're gonna set the bait. We're gonna have Hat Tricker and then Mirror Force. So they might or might not fall for the bait of Hat Tricker, but if they do, we'll activate Mirror Force, destroying their Blue Eyes, even though next turn it would have been weak enough for Dragon Pulse Magician to destroy it. So we activate that, stops their attack, destroys it. Our Hat Tricker is alive and well. So now we're going to draw. So we have Flame Eater. So we're just going to normal summon him. We both take 500 damage. Now that their monsters are destroyed, we can switch our monsters to attack position and attack them directly. Between these two, it's 3,000, 4,500, and 5,600. Between all of these monsters attacking them directly. And this Oath Dragon is, just move this back. Here we go. So yeah. So that's just a bit of a demonstration on a first turn sort of sequence that could happen. Of course, this isn't always completely true, but some things like this have happened before. Let me just sort of move this in. So yeah, I hope you like this sort of first turn with my deck, just to see how it works. And yeah, bye.